Whether you're fly fishing in a stream, getting those ankles wet, or deep in the ocean casting nets, fish nerds. Fish nerds. Fish nerds. It's
Hello, Fish Nerds. It's Clay Groves, Chief Executive Fish Nerd, your host, and today's show is going to be a little break from format because I had the chance to be on the Trivia Geeks live podcast a couple weeks ago. Had a great time, and I thought you guys would like to hear it. So I'm going to play that here in just a second. Big thanks to the Trivia Geeks team for having me on this show. I think you'll have a good time. This show, if you listen to kids, if you have kids around listening, Trivia Geeks Live is not going to be appropriate, so skip this. Zoe, my kid, if you're listening to this show right now, turn it off. You are not allowed to listen to Trivia Geeks Live. I'm sorry. Before I begin, I also want to quick shout out and thanks to our Patreon supporters. Those people who give us a little bit of money for each episode over at patreon.com/fishnerds. Our newest patrons are Christopher Englert and Alan, who's already been with us. Alan Byrne has increased his donation amount. Big fat thank you guys. Your money matters. It helps us keep the show going. I'm actually working on updating and changing Patreon. If you're waiting for a reward, send me an email. Remind me. I'll send it out to you. I've kind of lost track of a lot of stuff on there. I'm a one-man show sometimes, and I screw up. So reach out to me. Let me know. I also want to remind you, we're still running our contest, your Fishy Sayings contest. So call the Fish Nerds hotline, 607-378-FISH, and tell us your favorite fishy quote. You know, like that's why they call it fishing or something like that. Just call us, leave us a voicemail. Make sure you leave your name, where you're from. If you work for a company, you can plug it. Just do it. You're good to go. I'm not going to talk anymore. Here is the Fish Nerds appearance on Trivia Geeks Live. Enjoy the show.
You are listening to a Blazing Caribou Studios production. From Blazing Caribou Studios, it's the internet's unpredictable game show where anything can happen and often does. Trivia Geeks.
And now, a man you should hide from your daughters, because I know I hide them from mine, Mr. Imran Javed.
What's up, listener? Hello, and welcome to Trivia Geeks Live, the podcast game show that hopes to tickle your funny bone. I'm your host, Imran, and I'm really quite harmless, despite what the announcer lady said. I'm good with kids, pets, furries love me, so just ask around. Each week, we invite new celebrity guests to battle it out amongst their peers. We then pair them up with our team captains while we put them through 3 brutal rounds of insane trivia and penalties that all rest on a final round where the points don't matter, because honestly, sometimes I just make them up. Let's take a minute to welcome those captains. First up, the only woman not running for president of the United States currently, it's Miss Carrie McGinnis. What's up, Carrie?
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. Great to be here, as always.
Glad to have you here to go up against your mortal enemy. Before we get to your enemy, I got a fun fact about Carrie. She likes to play the hardball, and I'm not talking figuratively. I'm talking literally. Well, both, literally and figuratively.
Sure, I absolutely do.
You were. Look. Let me just break the news. You were the first female hardball player in the state of Michigan, and you played with dudes.
Yes. I was 8 years old, and I was the first girl to play on a boys' hardball team. And I set the precedent in the whole state. I am on the record books, baby.
How many of those boys could you take? You were better than. Let me guess. You're probably better than a few of the boys.
A couple. I made it to the all-star team. You know, it wasn't so bad. We made it to the World Series. I was actually on the Phillies, and I thought it was kind of cute because I was like the really only Philly of the whole gang. But it was a lot of fun, and it actually kind of set a precedent in my life, I guess you could say. Like, you know, go for it, give it a try. You know, you can do anything. So yeah, I don't know. That was me. That's what I did. That's
just such a great fact, and I hope our contestants today have brought their protective cups because they might need it. I'll tell you someone who is going to need it is our other team captain, This man has a few angry beavers in his closet. It's Brandon Cruz. What's up, B? How's it hanging?
Hey, it's hanging well, as they say. I wanna just ask a question of Carrie.
Yeah.
Was that like your freshman year of college back in '83, or?
No,
Oh, snap.
I was 8, dude. I was 8.
It's starting.
Wow, Doogie Howser.
Feel
Yeah.
the tension. Fun fact about Brandon, he likes to win trivia nights. You won Rick and Morty Trivia HQ. Oh, the trivia. The big trivia HQ Rick and Morty. That was amazing. What'd you win? What was the prize?
Let me tell you. Me and the wife, we won a whopping 49 cents between
wonderful.
the two of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can pay off that mortgage now. Lovely.
Oh yeah. We put a down payment on a Snickers bar.
It's great. That trivia HQ is hard, man. You literally have to answer within a split second or you're not getting in. It's amazing.
Yep.
Well done, Brandon. Please note, listener, this show does have an explicit tag. So use your discretion and keep us out of the reach of little ears. Without further ado, let's meet tonight's celebrity guests. There's nothing fishy about our first guest. Get ready for a whole bunch of fish puns, people. He is Chief Executive Fish Nerd of the Fish Nerds podcast. When he's not talking about fish, he can be found fishing or hanging out with fish. I mean, his wife and kids skiing or swimming. Please welcome Clay Groves. What's up, Clay?
Hey, I'm happy to be here. I can't believe it. After all these years, finally, I've made it to status to get on here. I've ditched my school, and here I am.
Please, we are honored to have the fish nerd Clay Groves on the podcast. This is, I've seen you around the Facebook groups. It's great to finally meet you, Clay. And all you do for the podcast community is all great. Fun facts about Clay. You did some hard time.
I did. I was in jail.
What kind of a heinous crime could you have possibly committed, Clay?
When I was young, 18, I moved to England because I met a girl, and I thought, I'm going to go to England.
That's
and
a
at
good
the
reason.
time,
Yeah.
I was a professional juggler and magician. I'm flying overseas, and you fill out this embarkation card when you go to England. It says what you do for a living, how much money do you have, and how long you stay in. So I talked to there was a guy next to me who was a peanut salesman from England. And that should be the giveaway. And
No.
and he said, I said, should I write student or juggler? And he goes, juggler, with his accent. And I went, all right, juggler, and I have no money. So I got the airplane and immediately got arrested and got put in jail.
What?
At customs. So they arrested in England in the 90s. They arrested musicians, artists, street performers, and terrorists and drug smugglers and put us all in one cell together. Of
course.
Because we're all the same kind of criminal.
Bunch of riffraff.
So,
wow.
yeah.
Wow.
So I got arrested for intent of juggling, and I almost got deported for it. So
That is an episode of Locked Up Abroad I missed. I didn't know that was the thing. That's great. Another fun fact about Clay, you love to talk in front of large crowds. And I saw on the Facebooks and through the social medias, you've done panels at Podcast Movement.
Yeah. Oh, I won last year. I won. They had a podcast movement. They had an event called PMX. It's a TED Talk of podcasters.
Gotcha.
And so we each had 10-minute talk. There's 12 of us. And the winner got to go to next year's podcast conference and speak, which I won. And I won it because everyone competing worked really hard on stuff. They wrote these great 10-minute speeches on like coming out of the closet and babies dying and all kinds of funny things. And I did this thing called the Eel of Fortune. I had a prize wheel with 12 fishy things on it, and I spun it, made the audience yell, Eel of Fortune! And I just talked about how podcasting and fishing are exactly the same thing. And somehow my pretending to write something got me through.
That's great.
And everyone else worked much harder than me and deserved it. And,
Yeah, there's a reason you won. You doing another one this year?
Well, this year, because I won, I'm guaranteed a speaking role at next year's podcast conference. I will be in Orlando in August speaking. And if you read are you going, Brandon?
Brandon is there, I believe, right?
Oh, are you in Orlando?
I'm in Tampa. I'm in Tampa.
Tampa. My parents are in Tampa right now. They're fishing.
Of course they are. What
They're
else
at
would
the
they
Air
be
Force Base right now. That's where they winter.
Nice.
They are birds.
Dude, I wish you all the luck on your panel this year. So glad to have you on. Let's meet our next celebrity guest. Our next guest is father of 6 and an aerospace engineer. Wow. Where does he find the time to host the It's Not Rocket Science Surgery radio show? I'll never know. Please welcome our new friend from down under, Vlado Kekoch. And Vlado, I forgot to ask you how to pronounce your last name. Did I nail it?
Close. The C.
Damn it.
The C is a TS, so Kekots. But good.
Oh, Kekoch.
Good enough.
Beautiful. And you are right now joining us from Melbourne, Australia. That's amazing. What's the weather like?
It's
I don't know.
nice. It's about 23 degrees. I refuse to work in Fahrenheit because of the rest of the world just doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
None of us know what you're saying.
No, here in America, we're like, screw your metric system. I don't know
It's
why.
somewhere in the 70s, I guess.
Oh, I'm jealous because I am in Chicago, and if you know anything about Chicago in 2019, it's never going to get warm here ever again. It's permanent freeze. Great to have you on. Fun fact about Vlado, he spent 4 weeks in 2015 driving, here's some more metric units, 16,432 kilometers, which is over 10,000 miles, people, around the U.S. and British Columbia, Canada, with your wife and 6 kids in a Ford minivan. What, are you insane? What's the matter with you?
Nightmare.
I think there's a prerequisite for having 6 kids. Insanity. So
I think so.
Yeah.
How was that experience? I bet you guys bonded.
It was fantastic. So I hated putting up a tent every night, or almost every night. It was a battle. Rocking up to a little caravan park in Utah, pitch a tent in the middle of the night, and then wake up in the morning, and then pack it up, and then hit the road. And it was amazing.
That's awesome. That's the way to see the country, man.
Yeah.
It really is. I'm jealous. Like, people live here their whole lives, do not get to have that experience. Here's another great fun fact. Now, Vlado, we don't have cash prizes on this game show. It is a game show, and you will win a prize, maybe. But I see here you once missed out on some huge winnings on a game show.
Yeah.
It says here you missed out on $32,000 on a game show because you didn't know what a snotty gobble was.
That is correct. So $32,000.
What the hell is it? Yes.
Australian is about, what, $2.50 US?
Oh, it's like Canadian money. I see.
But yeah, so it was a game show called 1 versus 100, and basically I was in the wall of experts, and so I was one of the last 3 or 4 in the wall, and had I known what a snotty gobble was, I would have shared in $32,000.
I've seen this show. What the hell is a snotty gobble? So maybe one of us can get the question right next time. It may be on the next episode of Trivia.
It might be. It's a bush or a small tree. So,
that's it?
That's
so
it.
Anticlimactic.
I don't know.
Thought it was sounded a lot more fun. Anyways, thanks for joining us. Let's hear it for our guest, everybody. All right, enough. Get out. The ticket said, get here on time, you bastards. Okay, the show is, let's talk about the show. Each round of trivia has punishments for failure to perform in the form of penalties. And each penalty gets more challenging until the final round, where things can seriously suck if you're penalized when you only have 5 minutes to answer your questions. As I said earlier, we like to swear. So get those kids out of earshot if you're driving in the car. Maybe turn it down just a little bit. But you will still laugh. Here we go. Before the show started, our writers have chosen the theme of the show and the teams. Tonight's show is titled Something's Fishy, and it's going to have some of our favorite games, but more importantly, it's going to have these 2 mud skippers, Carrie and Brandon, fighting it out once again. So having said that, let's get into it. The teams from this point on, Vlado and Carrie, you are on a team together, and you will be referred to as Fish Lips. Team Fish Lips. That leaves Clay and Brandon on a team, and you guys are known as Fish Sticks. You guys like fish sticks?
Lovely.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
We got sticks and we got lips. And to decide who goes first, I flipped a coin earlier, but I'm not very athletic. I didn't catch it. It rolled into the heating vent. So, Clay and Brandon, you're going first. Let's get to round 1.
Round 1.
Round 1 tonight is a Trivia Geeks favorite. It's called Dumb Laws. In this game, I will give you a multiple choice of a dumb law that is actually on the current books in a specific state or place. For 2 points, it's your job to determine the correct law. If you get it wrong, your opponents have a chance for a 1-point steal. As soon as I give you the options, you will have 45 seconds to discuss with your teammate and give me an answer. You guys ready?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
All right, fish sticks. I have to make sure I pronounce that because it comes out fish sticks.
Fish
say it
shits.
fast. Fish shits comes out bad.
Just let it roll off your tongue, man.
all right.
Just let it go.
Sticks. All right. Dumb law number 1. Where is it illegal to bathe 2 babies at once? Is it A, the Commonwealth of Virginia? B, a whorehouse? C, California? Or D, in a kiddie pool?
Jesus.
Ah,
Wait, say him again.
Commonwealth of Virginia, whorehouse, California, kiddie pool.
Oh, jeez. It's either gotta be Virginia or kiddie pool.
yeah.
Man, I'm
I hope it's not California because my brother and I used to take baths together.
Oh, shit.
And my parents are going straight to fucking jail.
Now, I was
Burn
born
all
in
those
California,
photos.
and also I bathed with my brother. So yeah, my parents were terrible people.
Oh.
So there's that.
There it is.
What do you think, Brandon?
I'm shooting for
4
the Commonwealth.
seconds. 3
I am with
seconds.
you.
But-
Need an
I'm with
answer.
Let's do it.
All right,
Commonwealth of
Commonwealth of Virginia. Judges, is it illegal to bathe 2 babies at once? It is not in the Commonwealth of
It's gotta
Virginia.
be kiddie pools.
Let's go over to fish lips. The flaming fish lips over there. Carrie and Vlado, your remaining choices for a 1-point steal. Where is it illegal to bathe 2 babies at once? A whorehouse, California, or a kiddie pool?
Wow. I was going with Virginia too.
Yeah, same here.
I don't know. Let's see. There's only one other state. Like a state? Is it a state? I don't know. Is it like the
Well,
state of a kiddie pool?
California is a state, but
Yeah, that is. That is. You're good. You must be from Australia. Way to go on that geography.
Vlado, on your trip around the U.S., did you ever see 2 babies bathing at once?
Yeah. All
the
Where
time.
didn't you see it?
I didn't
Oh,
see it in the whorehouse.
Well,
Just because I wasn't there. So.
You might have seen me bathing a few in my house, but I don't know if they call it whorehouse. But anyway, I don't
5
know. What do you
seconds.
want to go with, Vlado? What's your first instinct?
Well, I'm going B or C. I'd rule out D, but that's me. So whorehouse or California, one of those 2.
California. Let's try the California one.
Judges, is it California?
What?
It is California. That means the other team is legit felons. You guys,
send the parents to jail.
yes,
Clay.
but you better
I'm not even gonna wear pants the rest of the show. I'm just done.
take them off
taking
now.
my
You
pants
better.
It gets worse, Clay. You haven't listened to the show often enough to know how bad it gets.
You're gonna have to burn all your baby photos of you and your brother bathing
yep.
if there's any. Just get rid of those right away. We're sticking with fish lips for your next full 2-point. Dumb law going to Vlado and Carrie in Arizona. You may not have more than 2 of what in your house?
Babies.
Is it?
Oh.
Is it? No, that's the other one.
Damn.
Is it A, dildos, B, cats, C, dogs, or D, television sets?
For God's sake. In Arizona,
In Arizona, you can't have more than 2 of these.
I don't even have like a ring of logic for any of this. Like usually I do. I'm like, oh, well, it's generally a Republican state. And so therefore they don't really want you to have more. Well, maybe that's the idea. They're pretty uptight and they don't want you having more than 2 dildos in your house. I don't know. Maybe.
What would you use more than 2 dildos for?
I know.
Vlado, I'll talk to you after the show.
Backup? Maybe one's a backup in
Anyway,
case the other one is busy.
Oh, back up. Yeah, okay.
they break real easy. Real easy.
Bears.
You're not buying quality plastic, Carrie.
Yeah,
That's the
I
problem.
know. Yeah, it's all good. So, I don't
That's
know.
your time. I need an answer.
Vlado, what do you think?
I'd either go dildo or the cats. Just because
I just need you to say dildo in Australian.
Yeah, we won't cut that and
say
isolate it. Don't
Just say
worry.
it again.
dildo.
Awesome. That's what we're going with.
Final answer, judges. That is absolutely correct. You can only have 2 dildos in Arizona there.
Heard that from Frank Zappa years ago.
Yeah,
The
you
Arizona
better.
dildo laws.
Arizona, to get to that dildo recycling center. and get rid of
That's
your
right. He was like, "Come on, California people, you got to catch up."
All right, fish sticks. The next one's yours. Here's your dumb law. What country is it illegal to wear a disguise without a lawful excuse? Okay. illegal to wear a disguise without a lawful excuse? Is it A?
Can you ask me about dildos? I mean, honestly, like something I know about.
It may have been a slightly easier
Just back
question.
up. Yeah.
Is it A, Canada, B, Australia, Vlado, I'm looking at you, C, Spain, or D, the United States?
What?
Brandon. Yeah.
It's got to be someplace archaic. I'm thinking Australia. Like, yeah, places that are in the future, right?
You know I'm right here. I'm listening.
I can't even see you.
He's here, but he's in the
You're
future
upside
also.
down. What do I know? I mean, you're barely there.
He should be upside
Yeah.
down.
You're a day ahead.
Mad Max and, Road Warrior.
Mm-hmm. It's either Australia or it's got
España.
Yeah, Spain. Yeah, I like Australia.
I appreciate Vlado being here, so I'm gonna honor his country.
Say it with an accent.
Yeah. Oh shit. Australia.
Good day.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Judges, is it illegal in Australia to wear a disguise without a lawful excuse?
Sorry, man.
Vlado, you got to explain this. It's absolutely illegal. Do you know about this law?
Defend yourself.
Yeah, this came out that we had this law a few months back when the clown fear was gone, when everyone was pranking with the clowns.
Yeah.
That's
From
right.
the It movie, the clown pranks.
Unless you got a reason to dress up like the clown from It, no, you're going to jail.
No clowning around in Australia.
Oh my
you
God!
fuckers.
So, do you have to fill out like a permit? You need paperwork now to wear a costume. How do you enforce this law? What's your excuse?
Well, a reasonable excuse. So you could be going to a party, but you can't you just can't rock up to work dressed like a clown.
Halloween is just full of red tape. It's just fucked up.
I went to a job interview dressed as a pirate last year, so
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't get the job, but I went
As a
dressed
pirate.
up. Yeah,
Good for you.
Yeah.
Way to let your pirate flag fly. All right,
didn't go to
fish
jail or
lips.
anything because we're in New Hampshire. So.
Vlado, that may be one of the questions. Vlado and Carrie, here's your next dumb law. In which country is it on the books that it is illegal to kill a sick person by frightening them? Okay? Illegal to spook someone into death if they're dying.
Okay.
Is it A, Canada, B, England, C, Japan, or D, Australia?
God
Showing up
damn
again.
it. Another Australia. Fun one, huh?
Lots of Australia.
Canada. What are the
Canada, England, Japan, Australia.
All right, I'm thinking Japan on this one, just because they're too polite.
But so is Canada.
Canada are just very sorry. Sorry.
Well, yeah, that's how they would scare the death out of you. They'd come up to you
Sorry.
they poke you on the back and they go, "Oh, sorry," and you're like, "Ugh," and you would just die because it's just one of those scary things for them. It's like, sorry.
Yeah. But Canada's full of scary things like bears and stuff, beavers.
5 seconds.
Japan, so they can't walk. It's more like, "Oh, domo arigato, I'm so sorry." Okay, so yeah, I think Hello Kitty Land will make it for here.
Japan, you can't spook a sick person into dying. Judges. Oh, I am very sorry.
Sorry about the Carrie.
Sorry, Carrie.
Sorry,
Fish
Mr.
sticks.
Roboto.
Fish sticks, you got a chance for a 1-point steal. In which country is it on the books that it is illegal to kill a sick person by frightening them? Remaining choices: Canada, England, or Australia.
What do you got, Clay?
I bet it's either Canada or England.
It's got to be that.
Yeah.
Cheerio, hey, somebody in America made this joke
Someplace
earlier.
polite but not
Carrie.
sorry, and with bad teeth.
Oh, yeah. Well, that limits it. That narrows it down a little bit. I think I know where you're going.
Yeah, that's my vote.
I agree. Japan.
Someone wasn't paying
I think
attention.
we're gonna go with England. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it. Let's try
the
it.
Brits. Judges, is it the Brits? I'm sorry. It is
It's
the
Australia.
super polite country of Canada. That's how fucking
see?
polite they are.
Y'all
Fuck
need
those
Trudeau.
guys.
I'm sorry,
Hey,
Carrie. I'm sorry.
Leave my
They're
people alone.
too polite.
They're
you can
nice.
but you could be over polite to the point of ridiculous laws.
You know what's fun though is being from Detroit and still having the accent. It really fucks with people. Like, get the fuck out of my way. What's happening to that Canadian over there?
Never heard a Canadian swear. If you do, you're going to win the lottery. I don't know. All right, we're going to stay with the fish sticks for this next 2-point
All right, let's do this.
score dumb law. Here it is. What state won't let you eat a frog that dies during a frog jumping contest?
Ooh.
The championship frog, you cannot eat it. Is it A, Texas, B, New Mexico, C, Florida, or D, California?
God. So let's think. Mark Twain said if you have to eat a frog, 2 frogs, eat the ugliest one first, right? Where's he from?
The first thought I had was Louisiana.
Yes.
Mississippi.
But that's not an option. So
Yeah. No, he's not helping us.
Yeah.
I fuck him. All right, so that leaves us with almost everything weird is in Florida.
that's right.
Yeah, but then what else did he say?
Florida
I wasn't
man.
listening.
Texas,
Florida man,
New Mexico,
Texas.
Florida, California.
Texas, they don't care about anything, so the killing is okay.
Yeah.
California's a lot of laws.
5 seconds.
Come
They
on,
do.
Brandon, you just yell it out.
I just like I like hating on Texas.
You know what? Texas stars at night are big and bright.
Texas, judges, is the state that won't let you eat a frog that dies during a frog jumping contest? Unfortunately, it
sorry,
is
dude.
not. The Texas.
If it's Florida, I'm going to come get you, Brandon.
We're going to go back over to the lips. The flaming fish lips, Votto and
I've
Carrie.
eaten so many frogs.
1 point steal. To finish this round, what state won't let you eat a frog that dies during a frog jumping contest? Remaining choices: New Mexico, Florida, or California.
Do you want to say Florida just to see Clay's reaction?
I would love to see that, and I would answer just for that purpose.
That's what I'm thinking too. I want to see his reaction. Unmute yourself, Clay. Okay, we're going
It's
with
not Florida.
we're going with Florida, Imran.
Final answer:
Yep.
Florida judges.
Oh,
It's,
Mexico.
New Mexico, yeah.
it's California.
oh.
The answer is California for the win. That's going to take us to the end of round 1,
Suck
everyone.
at this.
Well, hey, look, you got 4 more rounds. Don't worry. It's anybody's game right now. But before we continue, Clay, you're up first on the show. We give me, your little old host, a little break and give you a chance to plead and beg our audience to listen to your show. You have 45 seconds
That's a
to talk,
long time.
to grab their attention. Listen, you were on a panel at Podcast Movement for what, 20 minutes? You could do 45
I
seconds.
could do an hour and a half. It's
Grab
okay.
their attention, get them interested in the Fish Nerds podcast, all right? Start when the music starts, keep filling time until the music stops, and go.
All right, so I'm Clay. I'm the chief executive fish nerd of the Fish Nerds podcast. We talk about fish, fishing, and eating fish, and we talk about all things fish. You're from Florida, right, Brandon? So let me tell you something. Finding Nemo, we talk about this all the time. Finding Nemo was a little fish whose mom got eaten by a barracuda. That's a real thing that could happen to a clownfish. Now, what would not happen is a dad clownfish taking care of a younger son clownfish. Clownfish mate for life. And when their mate dies, they go through a metamorphosis sex change. Dad would turn into a female and then mate with the first male they see. That would be Nemo. Finding Nemo, Dad would end up mating with, well, he would turn to mom and mate with Nemo, and they'd have lots of babies. That's the real biological story of Finding Nemo. That's the kind of thing you're going to hear on the Fish Nerds podcast. Find us anywhere you find podcasts, fishnerds.com, and we're so much fun, and we're everywhere, and we love things. And by the way, our tagline is, we're always interesting, usually funny, and mostly true. And recently I was on NPR, and they called me out when they did a pre-recording. They said, next up is our friend Clay Groves, and he's notoriously unreliable. And that joy in my heart from hearing NPR call me unreliable, great. So fishnerds.com. We even have, by the way, Flato, you like this, we have a correspondent in Australia who's a lure manufacturer named Shamo, and he lost like fingers making fishing lures for us.
Well
So,
done. I would like to buy one of those finger lures. And what was that about 45 seconds is too long? You filled about 3 45-second segments.
I was going to go till you told me to stop.
done.
I mean, I'm all day.
You were wound up. I was letting you run Steve out. I hope you have breath to get into round 2, because that's where we are.
Round 2.
All right. Remember I said there's penalties each round. Let's go over the scores. At the end of round 1, the Fish Lips, Vlado and Carrie have 3 whole points. Well done out of round 1. Clay and Brandon, Fish Dicks, you know what I said. You have 2 points. You are the trailing team. 2 out of 3. You guys will get to go first, but you also get the penalty for this round, which is you need to answer every question like an infomercial or as a QVC host. I need you to say, yeah. I think he just did that. This penalty may have just backfired on me. I was trying to be clever. Clearly, I may have just everything is going to go crazy. Round 2 today is another Trivia Geeks favorite. It's called Legit or Bullshit. It is a game where there will be 20 random and somewhat wacky facts. Some are true, some are not. Your job is to determine which facts are legit, which are bullshit. 2 points correct answer, no steals. Trailing team Fish Sticks, you're going first. Brandon and Clay, here's your first legit or bullshit. Alliumphobia. Alliumphobia is the fear of aluminum. Is this legit or bullshit?
How do you spell that?
It is spelled A-L-L-I-U-M phobia.
What's the origin of that word?
Fuck if I know. I'm just reading the script.
Can you use it in a sentence?
No, I cannot, and never ask me that
again. Okay, I want to take a lifeline. Friend. So
alliumphobia, correct.
Or maybe it's fear of records.
I think that's bullshit. But
okay,
I'm leaving you to answer it.
All right, let's go bullshit. Okay, can I answer?
Yeah,
hell yeah.
All right, allophobia. The next big thing in phobias is not the fear of aluminium, because no one can spell aluminium.
That's fantastic, judges. It is also correct for 2 points. Alliumphobia, people. It's the fear of garlic. Fear of garlic. Yeah.
Vampires suffer from this.
That's vampires
Obviously.
have alliumphobia. All right, Fish Lips, you're up with your first legit or bullshit. Carrie
Suck on that, Carrie.
Oh, boy. It's getting competitive. It's getting fishy. And what's that smell? I think it's Clay. Toonophilia. Toonophilia, Toonophilia, is the sexual attraction to cartoon characters. Is this legit or bullshit?
Oh, that's true. I
All right,
think.
you sound confident. So
Did you like that? That
did.
was like me just brooding with confidence. Like, oh, that sounds true. No, it's just my accent coming through. It's just kind of like, yeah, that sounds good. Why not?
Yeah,
Come over and have a beer.
Oh, it's
for a
good,
ride in
yeah.
the boot and the hatch. It'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds true. What do you think?
yeah, look, I can't argue with that. So why not?
I love it.
That
I
does
love
sound true.
not arguing with an Australian. I wouldn't know what to argue with him about. Damn you, kangaroo steaks. All right, Emron, we're going with it's true.
Legit. Judges, is Toonophobia the sexual attraction to cartoon characters? Absolutely
Eat it,
is.
Clay.
It's on. I'm in.
I think I know some support groups and that you can join. I may know some Toonophiliacs. Look,
Yeah.
Judy
down here in
Jetson,
Tampa.
she was a babe. All right, that's all I'm going to say. Judy Jetson was a babe. Moving on, I just made this awkward. Back to Fish Dicks. Speaking of awkward, Brandon and Clay, here's your next legit or bullshit. Dr. Henry Indiana Jones got his nickname from the family dog. Is this legit or bullshit?
Wait, are you saying Dr. Henry or Indiana?
Dr. Henry Jones, otherwise known as Indiana, middle name, got his name
Dr.
from the
Jones.
family dog. Dr. Jones.
Yeah, Indiana was a dog's name.
Do we really need this question?
Everyone knows this one. This is not. You
my
guys should
God.
pick
I
something
think
hard.
you have a penalty, though. So, yeah.
Someone has to sell me this question.
Brandon, this is you. Do it.
All right. Now, for 3 easy payments of $39.99, got it is true.
Judges, very good. Very good. It is true. And well done on these penalties. You guys are killing it. Back over to Fish Lips. Here's your next legit or bullshit. A gray kangaroo Man, these are just catered for Vlado.
Oh, geez.
A gray kangaroo, Vlado, has a venomous spur on its hind feet. Is this legit or bullshit?
I think whoever wrote the questions
Isn't everything poisonous in Australia? Like
Not
the
everything,
whole
no.
land, all
You
of
have
it.
the trees, the spiders, everything will kill you.
The
That
air.
isn't poisonous. They still kill you, but not everything's poisonous. So, but I think they're confusing it with the platypus. So the platypus, the male platypus, has a venomous spur, and the
Oh,
grey kangaroo does not. So
I like him.
I call bullshit on this one.
I like him. He's a winner.
That
Imran.
is
He's a
confidence. I
winner.
mean, yes, this is a guy from Australia giving us a science lesson. Judges, that is absolutely correct. And you're right. The platypus has venomous spur. Absolutely
Only
correct.
the male.
Only the male platypus. Man, will that
they're
kill
so
a person?
cute.
Make him very sick. And if it's out in the outback, getting sick might kill you. But
Yikes. Australia sounds fun and super dangerous. But well done for 2 points. Okay, back over to fish sticks. Here's your next legit or bullshit. This is something you guys may be experts in. The G-spot is
Hold on. Those two?
Next.
next. Now, this is your question. The G-spot, gentlemen, is named after the famous Greta Garbo. Is this legit or bullshit?
You know, Brandon, this reminds me, when I was younger, and my dad had to talk with me about sex, I said, so Dad, I know how to tell when a guy is done having sex. How do you tell when a girl is done? And he said, Clay, it doesn't matter. So,
Why is it?
Fantastic.
to answer the question,
Yes.
do you know the answer? I know the answer to this one, Brandon. Do you know the answer?
I don't. I leave it to you to infomercial us out.
Okay, I got this up. Okay, here we go. All right. So, have you heard of the G-spot, the Grafenberg spot? Well, if you haven't, for this a low price of not $59.99, not $49.99, not $39.99, but $69.99.
Oh, yeah, baby.
You too can have the Grafenberg spot, which was not named for Greta Garbo, whoever you said. Completely
Judges,
false.
that is
You go.
correct.
Giggity.
Dr.
Doesn't
Ernst
matter.
Grafenberg.
I just orgasm
Doesn't
from your
matter.
infomercial.
Oh,
Yep.
isn't that right? You finish
I-
first.
Yes. And,
Always finish
Always.
first.
and I'm done. Who's got
That's
a
my
snack?
motto.
Oh, boy.
And we're out.
We're learning some stuff, and
Brandon's gone.
I'm surprised. No, he's still there. I'm surprised there wasn't a fish G-spot story, but it was still very entertaining. Okay.
I can't. I can. There are some fish that do produce. They do lactate. So there
That's
are
a
fish
whole
that produce
different
milk,
show.
So yeah.
Okay, go back over to fish lips,
All right.
Vlado and Carrie. Here's your next legit or bullshit. Andre the Giant was 7'4". Legit or bullshit?
I'm getting the
He was
feeling
tall.
he was very tall, and I wouldn't be surprised if it was 7'4". It would be
Okay.
close to that.
Okay.
If it's BS, it won't be far off. So I would be willing to call it legit.
Okay. I'm thinking that too. I know he was over 7 foot. That's all I remember from Princess Bride. So is he was over 7 foot tall. But I'm with it. I'm down with the Rocket Man up here. Rocket Man knows his info. So let's go with it's legit, Imran.
I mean, he's a rocket scientist.
He is.
Why aren't you gonna? How could you not trust the man? He's an
You think I'm
absolute.
gonna argue with him? You know?
You can't argue with a rocket scientist. He was 7'4", big man. He was. All right, back over to fish dicks. Here's your next legit or bullshit. I guess you guys have a theme for your questions. Here's your
Indiana
statement.
Jones.
Sperm.
Oh, yeah.
No, this one's about sperm.
Oh.
Sperm travels 30 feet per second after ejaculated. Is this legit or bullshit?
I'm 47.
And who's measuring this is my other question.
So for me, the answer is no. But Brandon, you're younger. Thoughts?
Well, you know, it usually hits the foreskin first, and so it dramatically.
Now we know too much about you.
It dramatically
Is that a
slows everything
speed
down.
camera? Isn't that a speed camera behind you, Brandon?
Yeah. Let's
what you're using it for?
let's reenact it.
Let's go to the tape.
Let's go to the tape. We can check it right now.
The bionic sperm is the new show I'm creating.
So what was the speed again?
30 feet per second.
30 feet per second after
30
ejaculated. 10 seconds, legit or bullshit.
In what scenario does sperm travel more than a foot? Or need to?
So here's the thing. If you observe it, it does something different. It's science.
So Mr. Science, you answer the question.
Yes, tell me your answer.
I'm gonna say, act now, and you too shall receive 30 foot per second sperm.
So are you saying it's legit?
Yeah. Act now. Act now.
Yeah.
Judges. It's not legit. It's bullshit. But here's the real truth. It's actually 41 feet per second. Oh. That's how fast it goes. That's crazy.
Not when you're 47. Mine is a nice, easy 31.
Also, I think
I would almost go and ask the rocket scientist, because I will say this: like, doesn't height matter? And like,
yeah. Hey, Vlado, how fast is your sperm?
Yeah. Like, is yours faster?
It's been fast enough 6 times. So.
Well, it also goes opposite direction because Australia.
Yeah, it spins
does the sperm go the counterclockwise, right? Yeah, because you're bottom of the thing. Yeah. Very good. Look,
Vlado's not telling us. He's like, I don't know how fast my sperm is, but it'll kill you.
That's what they incorporate into the rocket technology, I imagine.
Yeah, but it's a marsupial.
It's powered. Those rockets are powered by sperm.
Yeah. Venomous rocket marsupial sperm.
Let's go back over to Fish Lips, Vlado and Carrie. Here is your legit or bullshit. President Truman's middle name is S. The letter S. Legit or bullshit?
That is legit. All the way. Yeah. There's a story about this. I don't know where I read it. Somewhere. But his middle name was, there was an argument. I can't remember if it was between his aunt and his uncle, maybe his parents. I don't know. But they were arguing over like 2 different names in the family that both started with S. So they said, fuck it. Let's just name him S and it will represent both of them. So they just left it as S. It's the only president we have that has the S as a middle name. So yeah, it's true. There you go. There's your history from Carrie over here in this corner today. That's what you get.
Woot.
So yeah, we good with it? Legit?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's nothing funny about it. It was just me, just explaining. That was Carrie's corner.
Well done. Final answer, legit, judges. Just for future contestants, anytime Carrie starts a statement with like, there's a story, she's usually going to end up with the answer. Yeah. This is how it ends up working out. But Carrie, you were right. His parents couldn't decide over Ship or Solomon. So they're like, nah, just put S.
Okay.
S. Yeah. S. Hey, S.
Fun fact, my middle name is actually the letter A. And I thought Ulysses S. Grant was the only other person with an initial and no meaning behind it.
You're like Clay A. Groves. You're Clay A. Groves.
Clayton A. Groves.
Just like Homer
J.
Simpson.
stand for something like asshole? Or...
To some it does. But my superpower is people like me, so I don't get called asshole.
Or maybe
often.
a loser on this show.
Likely.
Okay. All right, we'll see how it goes.
Oh, damn. All right, well, you know what? That's going to take us to the end of round 2. Well done,
We're still losing.
everyone. We'll get the scores right after I take a break and Vlado does my job. Vlado, now it's your turn. You have 45 seconds to talk about why our listeners should also listen to the It's Not Rocket Surgery podcast. Start when the music starts, fill time until the music stops, and go.
All right, It's Not Rocket Surgery is a science, technology, and geek culture podcast and radio show. We talk about everything and anything. We talk about space, lots of rocket launches, Mars landers and rovers, solar telescopes, and news about Uranus. We talk about...
I'm sorry?
Yeah, absolutely. Gadgets, tech news, entertainment, Star Wars, Marvel, any of the geeky movies, biology. We even talk about jellyfish that have intermittent anuses, so Clay probably knows about that one. We broadcast live to the northwestern suburbs of Melbourne on a Sunday night at 10:30. That's local time. Work it out. On 98.9 Northwest FM. We also stream live online on TuneIn, and the podcasts are usually released a day, 2 days, maybe a week, or some weeks after the after the fact on iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Spotify, Podbean, Acast, whatever repository you want. You can find us on at RCKTSRGRY on Twitter, on Facebook, and Rocket Surgery without the vowels, RCKTSRGRY on WordPress.com. Episode 200 coming up in 2 weeks' time.
Wow. Right on. That sounds like a really fun, like science, geeky, fun, nerdy podcast.
Absolutely.
Check it out, listener. And that's going to take us to round 3.
Round 3.
Here's the standings so far. Fish Lips, Gary and Votto, you had a great round 2. You were entering round 3 with 11 points. 11 total points. Fish Dicks, you're at the dick end of this game because you only have 8 points. Entering,
but we know what the G spot is.
But you know what the G spot is, so that's better.
And
we don't care. We know what it is.
And you don't care. We know, but it doesn't matter. But that also means, Fish Sticks, you're getting the penalty for this round. Your penalty for this round is I need you to answer as the movie phone guy from back in the day. Only this guy knows nothing about movies. He's just making shit up. For our younger fans, before the internet, we had to call a number and press buttons to find out when a movie was playing in your area.
976 numbers, I remember.
It's a weird concept.
Let me tell you about my erector's set.
Yes, there was also that. Those were 290.
Back in the day, the telephone had buttons.
Yes, the telephone had buttons, and you had to go to it instead of having it with you. Look, this is weird concepts. I understand. Don't worry about it. It's ancient history. These guys will refresh you during this round. And round 3 is truly random trivia. We do this every game of round 3. Its round is all about random trivia where anything can be a topic. And we do mean anything. Questions are worth 2 points and 1 point for the steal. Again, 45 seconds to discuss. We're going to start with the trailing team again. Fish, Dicks, Lipsticks, Brandon, and Clay. Here is your first truly random trivia. Remember, you have the penalty. Movie phone guy knows nothing about movies. Question the first. When seeking a residency visa for New Zealand, what is a reason that you could be denied? Is it A, you are from the United States? B, you are fat? C, you are a descendant of Adolf Hitler? Or D, you're too sexy?
Ooh, too sexy. Fat or American or the same thing?
Ooh, yeah, that's a tricky one because it's generally obesity and they go hand in hand.
I think visa to, I think it's American.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I mean, I don't want to be welcome myself into my house usually. And
nope. As a fat American, I think it's both. But I think American. Brandon, why don't you answer the movie phone guy? Because I don't know what he sounds like.
Okay, all right. Well, why don't you dial a phone number?
Okay. Boop, beep, doop, boop, 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 boop.
Hello, and welcome to Movie Phone. For Americans aren't allowed into New Zealand, press 1.
Judges, I'm going to press this. That's incorrect. Well done on the penalty, though. Let's go over to Fish Lips for the steal. Blotto and Curry, when seeking a residency visa for New Zealand, what is a reason that you could be denied? Remaining choices: you are fat, you are a descendant of Adolf Hitler, or you are too sexy.
I think I'm too sexy, so that would be a reason to invite me into their land. They would be like,
you're too sexy for everywhere, Carrie.
Like, we want more of you. But I'm going to totally steal this from Clay and then make him mad. It'd be great. I think it's too fat. What do you think, Vlado?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think that on obesity laws like that's the thing. No, on the grounds that somebody who is obese might come with some impost on their medical system, I would also go B. So
okay, all right. Well, we're going with you're too fat. Get out of our country.
No, judges, you're too fat. You can't come in. Oh, obesity laws are weird. Like New Zealand does not like the high BMI. Sorry, fatties.
Fuck them. New Zealanders.
Yeah,
I'm pissed at New Zealand now.
Come on, Jermaine.
And they're devils.
Don't Australians
and Tasmania.
Australians and New Zealanders generally don't get along. Is that correct?
It's a similar relationship between Americans and Canadians. It's like there's an inferiority complex and a little brother type syndrome. So
We like Canadians, but they don't tip.
No,
Oh,
most countries don't tip.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't.
well, they're all right, but I want their money.
We pay our employees appropriately.
Yes, we have an issue with
Nailed
minimum
it.
wage in this country. Way to rub it in our nose. Okay, going back over. Actually, you guys get the next full 2-point question. Fish lips, Vlado and Carrie. Here you go. Which country has the longest coastline? Is it
Canada.
A, USA,
Canada.
B, Canada, C, Australia,
Canada.
D, Fire Island?
Canada.
I think we already know the answer there.
Well, let's
What do you
talk
reckon,
about
Carrie?
this. Let's see.
New Zealand.
If only there was a rocket scientist who knew things on my team and could shout them out before the answers are called. If only that could happen in Canada. I'm wrong.
Judges. Yes, of course. Well done. It is Canada. Man, rocket scientist. Really? Who would have thought rocket scientist helps out on the show? All right, going back to the fish sticks, Brandon and Clay. Here's your trivia question. What year was Facebook founded? A, 2002, B, 2003, C, 2004, or D, 2005?
Well, that sucks. If you asked that,
Yeah.
because they're all too close. Like 1 year in a row. Like if you gave me like a 10-year span, I'd get it right.
Welcome to the
too
show.
easy.
Usually we give you like A, is it, 1, B, is it 3, C, is it gray, or D, is it fruit?
Yeah.
So you're
C,
lucky.
D, is it Carrie's house?
Yes.
Like something absurd. Like the first thought I had was 2003. Don't hold me to
Me
that.
too.
But
That's the first thought I had too. I'll answer this one.
okay, all right.
All right, dial me up here.
It's a long number.
Right.
You gotta put the area code in.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello and welcome to Movie Phone, the phone call that tells you what's playing at the movies. In Theater 1, we have 2001. In Theater 2, we have 2003. And Theater 2, I can't remember the rest. But 2003 is the Facebook movie of the week.
Judges, I'm sorry, that is incorrect. But you know what? I'm going to give you a point for the lovely penalty because you guys did get the penalty.
Extra point. Thanks.
Nice.
Carrie and Vlado, you guys can pick up the other point if you can steal this. What year was Facebook founded? Remaining choices 2002, 2004, 2005.
I think I got that little thing on there. It said that I've been on there for I don't know, 15 years. So I think it's 2004 is when I joined. I think.
That was going to be my guess as well. So
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, we really do need a rocket scientist on this show. I mean, obviously these questions are so hard that Brandon can't get any of them, and Clay is just gone.
They're
so
not Rick and
these are-
Morty trivia questions.
Yeah.
Working on beers. Yeah, I do.
So I don't know. Let's go with 2004, Imran.
Judges, that is absolutely correct for yet another point. on
Brandon,
this
you're a
side.
disappointment. I wish I'd
knows.
never met you.
He
The
knows.
team.
My subtitle is not the winner. I'm
Yeah, in quotes.
I warned
That's
you.
It's literally what it says in the chat box here. Vlado and Carrie, you get the next full 2-point, and you can really push this lead. Here is your truly random trivia. Which of the following ingredients is not in a traditional caprese salad? Caprese, which is not in a traditional caprese salad. Is it A, tomatoes, B, gangsters, C, prosciutto, or D, mozzarella?
I know.
You know,
But I'm gonna let
Gangsters.
Yeah, I do know, but Vlado, you should answer.
I am not a cook. I don't watch the
I am an eater.
Food Network. I have no idea on this. The only one I would rule out would be gangsters.
Oh,
But-
good.
but
Process of
that's-
elimination.
Other than that, I got nothing on this one. So
Okay, caprese salad is comprised of mozzarella, tomato, and basil. So there is no prosciutto or meat in a caprese salad. So prosciutto is what
I'm
I would go
getting
with.
hungry. Judges, is it prosciutto? It is absolutely prosciutto. There's no gangsters, and well, you can never count the gangsters out. They sneak in somehow. Okay, fish sticks. Let's get you on the board. All right, I'm going to
Keep
give
calling
you.
them fish sticks. That's all I
Gangsters.
care about.
I hate this game so much.
Gangsters
Yeah.
and dogs.
Gangsters
so much.
and dogs, fish sticks. Here's your trivia. In the Marvel universe, geeky.
Oh.
What was Stephen Strange's profession before becoming the Sorcerer Supreme? Was it A, writer,
Archaeologist.
B, neurosurgeon, C, professor of history, or D, pediatrician?
Do you want to just answer it, Brandon? We both know this answer.
What were the
You can do it, but
what were the answers
move your
again?
phone.
Writer, neurosurgeon, professor of history, or pediatrician? What was Doctor Strange before he was Doctor Strange?
What was the third one again?
Pediatrician. Oh, third one, professor of history. Are you doing this on purpose, you fish stick?
Okay. Let's make a phone call.
Let me call you. Okay, hang on. Rotary. Takes a long time.
Oh, he's spinning the goddamn numbers.
It's a rotary phone. I'm old school.
Start over. You missed a number.
I messed up.
I got to turn over, you bastard.
All right, just answer the phone.
Bienvenido, movie phone.
Bienvenido.
Dos. Es el neurosurgeon.
Judge, what was it? You said neurosurgeon. Judges, yes, that was neurosurgeon. Well done. Finally, get some goddamn points for the fish sticks.
Thank you.
Nicely done. All right,
Happy.
back over
God.
to.
Thank God I watch movies.
Yes, if you'd missed a Marvel MCU question, I would have been very upset. Carrie and Vlado, here's your trivia. In what year did the Chernobyl disaster occur?
1993.
That's my history questions.
These better all be in order.
Did he just answer it? Wait, say it again.
1983.
Hold on.
Guy.
Well, but all right,
Okay,
let's see.
give
gives the options.
Here's the. Are you sure?
The worst
Let's
game
not be-
ever written.
Here, Chernobyl disaster. What year? A, 1975. B, 1912. C, 1986. Or D, 1992.
86.
Oh!
Okay. He's going to go with 86.
The rocket scientist has changed his answer.
Look, given
86.
additional
It's
information,
fine.
we change our that's science. With
Yes.
additional information, you change your view. So 1986, please.
Right. You had a hypothesis.
that he's
you had
trying
a theory.
to disprove,
Yes.
which he just did, and now he realizes it's 1986. I'm with him.
Judges, does the science hold up? It absolutely does hold up for the 2 points.
Logic.
Well done. Okay, look, we have time for one more because I want to give Fish Sticks a goddamn running chance at this game.
We hate this game.
I know
though, so
you
I
hate
don't know
this
why it
game,
bothers.
but the
It's
game
terrible. I don't know
loves
who wrote
you.
this shit.
I like
but I'm
losing.
Pissed off.
Losing's fun, man.
I'm getting angry. I hate. Yeah, for you.
The game loves you, Clay. All right, Clay and Brandon. Last question for this round. In 1983, what was the name of the
George Orwell.
what was the name of the computer? That's the wrong year. I should give you a dozen points for that. 1983, what was the name of the computer that Steve Jobs named after his daughter? Was it A, Siri, B, Jennifer, C, Lisa, or D, Corinne?
Fuck, who knows this?
Oh, come on. You're nerds.
That
You're
was
nerds.
when War Games came out, and the computer would say, "Want to play a game?"
I'm looking at Vlado, and I know for a fact that he knows this answer.
Well, he's writing it down. Like that's what a nerd he is. So Siri makes some sense to me, right? Because that's like maybe like that's like the ghost of his dead daughter.
No,
Well, he's dead. His daughter's not dead.
Pretty sure it's not Siri.
Yeah, I didn't listen to their answers.
I'm looking at Vlado's tells. So what
He's smiling. Vlado, just mouth the answer. For
Don't
us.
help them, Vlado.
what are the other options?
Oh, he just did like a
Siri,
weird mouth
Jennifer,
shape at me.
Lisa, Corinne. I need an answer
Okay.
in the form of a movie phone call.
Call me up.
Okay. International number.
For directions, press Jennifer. It's a button on the phone. It's a weird universe where there's a button named Jennifer.
The
There's a
Jennifer
button on
button.
Jennifer. but no.
I'm not
Judges,
gonna say I've never pressed Jennifer before, but I'm not.
that is pressing Jennifer the correct button. Judges, it is not.
Doesn't matter.
It is not, and I'm not even going over for the steal because it's not fair. The answer is Lisa.
Yes.
The answer was Lisa. The first Apple computer was called the Lisa.
It was between the two.
See the Jobs movie?
Yes, you never watched the Ashton Kutcher
I did. I
documentary?
watched them both.
No.
I'm
Sounds boring.
I'm super
I'm gonna watch
nerdy.
someone invent a computer. Like,
I
can you
love
imagine?
dude, I love all that shit. I'm super nerdy for all those. And I know Vlado is too. I knew Vlado
Says
knew
the
that.
fish guy.
It's
He's
no,
like,
it's no
boring.
butterfly effect. That's all I'm saying.
Vlado probably had a Lisa. Did you get those in Australia?
Let's make
No.
a movie about someone inventing a
No.
computer. That sounds great.
All right, look, at the end
Who pitches
of
that? This is the worst game show I've ever been on.
I don't know.
I've been on terrible
how many game shows have you been on? At the end of 3 rounds, Team Fish Sticks, Clay and Brandon, you have 11 points. Team Fish Lips, Kari and Vlado, you have 19 points going in to the final round. So you guys will have the penalty in the final round. Team captain, send me your wager in Slack while we take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this with the final round.
Remember the excitement after opening all your presents at Christmas time? And behold, Santa brought you an Atari 2600 and an extra controller. Remember sitting 2 feet from your color-enhanced Zenith television while your friends huddled around you as you played the newest games like Pitfall, Frogger, and Centipede? We played for hours on end and watched the days slip by as our hands cramped from holding the controller in the same position. But we didn't care. Now that we're all grown up, we get to reminisce and feel the nostalgia once more. Only this time, we share them with someone who has never lived in the 80s or even the 90s. Each week on 8-Bit Avenue, Matt and Katie give Reagan a tour on how cool old things can become new again. Listen on Blazing Caribou Studios, go to blazingcariboustudios.com, or look for 8-Bit Avenue on iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
I'm Megan.
I'm RJ.
And we host Oh No Lit Class, a comedy literature podcast that tells you all the strange and sexy facts you never knew about the books you had to read in school.
Every episode is a fun, foul-mouthed spark notes for your ears, filled with author bios, plot summaries, bad impressions, and Megan singing.
It's mostly you that sings.
No, I sing well, she sings poorly.
That's not true. So come listen to us ruin classic literature one book at a time at ohnolitclass.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh No Lit Class. We're for kids.
No, we're not.
The final round.
And we're back with the final round. This round, teams have 5 minutes to answer 4 out of 5 of the questions. You have 1 50-50 that you can use. You just need 4 out of 5 to get the points your team captain has wagered. Now, before we took a break, we said that the trailing team, Fish Sticks, you guys have 11 points. You will have the final penalty for the game. In the final round, your penalty is you need to give me your answer as a horny cookie monster from Sesame Street. He really loves those cream cookies.
That's my normal.
Okay, great. And Clay, look, you've been a little frustrated by the topics of what we're asking you. I think you might like this. We're going to start with Fish Sticks. Clay, you told us your expertise was fish. Of course, we saw that coming. So, Clay, here comes some trivia on fishes. Get excited. Here we go. Remember, you got to get 4 out of 5. You have 1 50-50. The time starts as soon as I finish with the selections for the first question, which is this. Here's an easy one, Clay. How many tentacles does an octopus have? No selections, just give me a number.
Me love the 8. Oh, yeah.
That is correct for your first correct
Cephalopod love.
answer, Clay. All right. And that's a great horny cookie monster. Question 2. On average, how many years should a goldfish live? Is it A, 8, B, 9, C, if it's from a carnival, it's dead by the time they hand it to you, or D, it's A or B?
Come on, fish man.
A or D. I don't know what the choices were.
Your choices are 8 years, 9 years. If it's from a carnival, it's dead when they hand it to you, or D, it's A or B.
Carnival.
Which one? 8 or 9? I'll take the loss.
It's
for
8. It's 8.
I got 8 cookies. I'm going to F8 cookies.
Judges, it's actually 9.
I told you
Clay.
I'd take the loss. I'd take the loss.
No one knows this. That's made up
So
stuff.
that's fine. You still got a 50-50. You just got to get the rest of your questions right. Question number 3.
Elmo's afraid of the Oreo cookies now.
Oh, no.
I want to punch Elmo.
Gives it a whole new meaning, that double stuff. Dolphins travel in family groups known as what? A, partridges, B, pods, C, Osmonds, or D, Jacksons?
Ooh, me love pods.
He loves pods. He
That
loves
is
pods.
correct. It is pods and sadly not the Osmonds. Okay,
Not a
question.
fish, not a
no,
fish.
not fish Osmond. Question number 4. Where is the caudal fin? Is it A, spine, B, tail, C, underbelly, or D, head?
Tail. Oh. And then, by the way, the part connecting the fish's tail to the body is called the caudal peduncle.
Oh,
But
the
fin
peduncle.
is a caudal fin, and it's a tail. Me like caudal fin. Propel fish forward.
That's correct. All right, you just have to get this last question right to win your points. You still have a 50-50. What do you call a pregnant goldfish? Is it A, faft? Wait. A, fat, D, twit, C, ugly, or D, stupid?
Read them again.
What do you call a pregnant goldfish? Fat, twit, ugly, or stupid?
It's gotta be to be.
This is a softball, Clay. Come on.
50-50 that
Brandon
shit.
answered.
50.
50-50, you got twit or ugly?
I don't know what 50-50 means. It's twit. But Brandon
It's
answered.
twit, yes.
No,
Well
it's
done.
twit. Put that twit in my mouth.
Twit feels so good.
Put that twit in my
Just give me
mouth.
put that twit in your mouth.
Brandon, if you never do that again, I'll be so happy.
C is for cookie.
You
All
told me
right,
about
look,
Nemo, man.
you guys
I know,
did
I know. I
great.
ruined Nemo.
You guys won all your points. We'll find out if that's enough. We will give
It's
the
not.
other team a chance. Let's go over to the fish lips, Blotto and Carrie.
I'm still
Here
kind
is-
of getting over the fact that I actually get to see Clay be a horny guy, and now I'm
Yes.
freaking out. I'm freaking
He was
out, man.
acting. He was acting out the horny Cookie Monster.
He
It was
wasn't acting. I don't think that was acting. I think that was
No,
just
no.
from deep inside. So
I'm not wearing pants tonight
Well.
because you're here, Carrie, for you.
I requested that actually.
I actually have leggings. I'm actually wearing leggings I got for Christmas with roosters on them. So yeah, my yoga leggings. I
I'm
look
sitting
hot
in a
them.
bathtub. All right. Blotto and Carrie, here you go. Final round, same deal. You got 5 minutes.
Okay.
You have 150-50. You got to get 4 out of 5 right. Blotto told us his expertise was in flags around the world. So,
What?
hey, why not? Here's some stuff on flags.
oh my god.
Ready?
Okay.
Look, he's a rocket scientist.
Okay,
I don't
I'm
think
gonna
you
go
should
with
worry.
it. I'll just nod and wave. Look pretty.
All right, Blotto. First
sorry,
question.
Carrie.
It's all right.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Here's an
Mike.
easy. Here's an easy one. Who placed
bad.
the first flag on the moon? Was it A, Bob Hope, B, Louis Armstrong, C, Kevin Armstrong, or D, Neil Armstrong?
Ooh, I know it.
Go for it, Carrie.
Is it Neil Armstrong?
How's that accent,
I don't
Blotto?
know,
What do you,
I'm just
would you
kinda going
critique
with
her on the
It's pretty.
accent?
It's better than most.
It's not bad. Let me hear you say it.
Neil Armstrong.
See, Carrie, that's how you do it.
Neil
That's
Armstrong.
absolutely correct. Okay, question number 2. Controversy over flying the flag at half-mast occurred upon the passing of which royal? Was it A, King David, B, Tsarina Catherine, C, Princess Diana, or D, the Duke of York?
This is a tough one.
Is it though?
Can we use? Well,
We can
I don't
knock
know
it
about
out.
the. I would have guessed Diana, but
So King
I don't know
David
whether-
abdicated the throne. Okay. Princess Diana, though, when she died, there was that big controversy where the queen didn't even come out for like a week when she
Yeah.
died. I don't think they flew it at half mast. I think that was the big thing because she wasn't a royal anymore. Like she was gone.
Mhm.
Who was
Yeah.
the other people?
Duke of York and Tsarina Catherine.
Okay.
which Duke of York?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Nobody fucking knows that. But Katerina the Great, that's Russia. There's no.
Yeah.
No, I don't think that's.
They have flags in Russia, you know.
I know, but I don't think that's the answer. I think it's probably Princess Diana.
All right, I'm happy to go and save the 50-50 for later.
We can get one wrong, so let's see if we got it wrong.
Go for it. Yeah.
Final answer, Diana. Judges. That is correct. Well done. You still have a 50-50.
I know my history. All right.
Just need two more
and you know
questions.
Your flags.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Here's question number 3. When someone runs your underwear up a flagpole, what are you supposed to do? A, cry, game over, man. B, salute it. C, get the camp counselor because it's 1985 and apparently you just discovered time travel. Or D, call your mom.
God.
Okay, cry because it's game over, man. I don't know if that's an answer. And then you have. Are you gonna cry because your underwear up the flagpole? You're gonna cry, Vlado? Are you gonna cry? Or you're gonna make a rocket and go get your goddamn underwear? That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go get it.
If I was saluting, it'd be hard to take my underpants off, so I wouldn't go that one. So
50-50? You want a 50-50 it? We can use a 50-50.
Yeah, you'll use a 50-50.
50-50, Imran.
Don't do it.
50-50, your remaining answers are A, cry, game over, man, or B, salute it.
Cry, I guess. I don't know.
All right, it's him. We can get one.
They all seemed obscure.
Yeah, I don't know. He's going with cry.
Cry, judges. I'm sorry. You salute it. You salute your underwear. Look, that's fine. You burn your 50-50. You got to get these two right to win your points. Number 4. Of this list, which is the most controversial flag? A, Confederate flag. B, flag of Japan. C, the Angus flag. D, it's not D.
Okay, so what's the Angus flag? Is that like steak?
That's how it's written.
What's the Angus flag? Is that steak?
Angus could be. Look, there's nothing controversial about the Japanese flag.
It's red.
So
the Confederate flag, there's lots of controversy about it. My daughter was having arguments with Southern Maryland residents about wearing Confederate flags to high school.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, they were doing that. It's Southern Maryland. So
yeah, don't do that. So
I would go the Confederate flag as being the most controversial.
Okay, so we're gonna go with Confederate flag, Imran.
Final answer, judges. That is correct. Okay, everything rides on this last question for Fish Lips. Number 5. What day is Flag Day in the United States?
I have no idea.
A, June 14th. B, July 14th. C, August 14th. D, there's an actual day devoted to flags. America. That's what it says. I'm just reading the script.
I don't know of another holiday in July for us. August, nothing happens. I think maybe Arbor Day happens in August. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe June. That's all I got. That's it. That's the only American help you're going to get out of that one.
Yeah, look, I lived there for 2 years, but I don't remember celebrating Flag Day. So June 14th, I may as well.
All right, Imran. This is for all the marble flags.
This is for all the marbles, judges. That is correct. It is June 14th.
Go, Carrie.
Well done. Let's tally up the scores here. The Fish Sticks, Clay and Brandon came into the final round with 11 points. And Brandon, being the consummate gambler, went all in, 11 points. You guys got 22 points. Fish Lips came in with 19 points. Of course, Carrie wagered all 19 points.
I tried.
Making the Fish Lips the winners for this episode with 38 points. Well done, Vlado. Carrie, pat yourselves on the back. You've won nothing.
Vlado.
Thank you.
But bragging rights.
Well done, Carrie. You carried it.
But you got, dude, rocket scientist.
No, look, you got Neil Armstrong, you got Half-Mast, you got Flag Day. I mean, without you,
it's a good balance.
We lost 19.
Good.
Vlado had a list. Like, he wrote down every question.
know.
He's got a really bad
This
memory.
is what a scientist does, people.
I've never
This is
seen
why.
anybody take notes on this show
He's-
in my entire life, and I'm
he's
just watching
amazing.
him the whole time. I'm like, okay, we'll go with that answer. That looks great.
Yeah, he's making a spreadsheet.
He's got graphs.
Like, he's going to report later on.
analyzed
He's published,
everything,
peer
yes.
reviewed. Everyone's
You're
going to
making
look
me
at it. Yeah.
Vlado, you were great, man. Thank you so much for being on tonight. Why don't you tell our listener where they can find you online?
Yeah, thank you. Had a ball online. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter. Just look for It's Not Rocket Surgery or Rocket Surgery with no vowels. That's RCKTSRGRY because that's how the youth do it these days.
Right on, those kids these days. We're not going to leave our loser team out. Well done, you guys. I have this for you.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
But look, you lost to a rocket scientist. I think you can sleep soundly. Like, you can't feel bad.
You
You
can't.
lost-
I'm drunk. I'm going to sleep fine. It
All right.
doesn't matter.
Well, Clay, in your drunkenness accent, why don't you tell the listener where they can find you online?
Yeah, you can find me anywhere you find. It's not rocket science. Fish Nerds. Anywhere you find your Fish Nerd stuff. So fishnerds.com is where I'm at. Fish Nerds on Facebook, Fish Nerd Nation. I don't care. But find me. I'm there. I'm easy to find. And by the way, I just subscribed to Vlado's podcast because I'm all in on science podcasts.
Yeah,
And
right on. Everyone
I could give a
subscribe.
shit if you listen to Fish Nerds. Listen to Vlado because he knows stuff I don't. And I'm in.
You just deleted
So-
ours right from your queue. I saw it. I watched you do it.
I've already, except for Feast on History, I'm gone. But
Everyone
yeah,
just
that's it.
subscribe to everyone else's podcast.
Yeah, now I'm taking my money out of Patreon from Imran's podcast. And I
we
put it
share.
all
We
into
actually we
Vlado's.
pass the same Patreon money back and forth. Me and Clay.
We
Look,
do.
We got to give a shout out to Reagan Sims for writing this week's questions and every week with.
I don't like that. Who wrote these questions?
This is
Reagan?
Carrie. Do you want to explain?
It's my daughter in college.
I don't like your daughter.
We know. Trust
I don't
me.
think she's interesting. I don't like anything about her. Sorry.
Listen,
She's a terrible human.
she stumped the fish nerd. Now, a special announcement here for the listener. If you have listened all the way through the show and you are the first two people to send us a message on Twitter at Trivia Geeks Live, you will be teamed up to win a prize with either Team Carrie or Team Brandon in our next episode. Whoever
luck.
wins, you guys will be playing for at-home players.
Team
Get the
Carrie,
listener
Team
involved.
Carrie.
Hashtag Team Carrie, hashtag Team Brandon. And with that, captains, let's get some plugs for you. Brandon, why don't you shout out another podcast you are on that's not this one?
Yeah, all right. Well, hey, I created with my friend Travis a 2-minute podcast called Nursery Crimes. You can check that out at myroadcast.com. There's only one episode, and there probably only will be one episode. But hey, we did
Vote
it.
for it. It's for a competition. You got to vote. Vote
Yeah.
for Brandon's podcast.
Do it.
Carrie, what's another podcast you're on that's not this one?
I don't know. What else do I have? All right, Feast on History. You can check that out. That should be rolling out nicely in April with Adam. Wait, I have to call him the Lord Saunders. He gets real mad at me when I just call him Adam. We only text back and forth Adam. So the Lord Saunders and I will be rolling that out this April. So we're very excited. So check it out at Feast on Hist on BlazingCaribouStudios.com.
There you go. And you can hear more of my crazy voice over at the Jock and Nerd podcast, where we're geeking out about comic books and superheroes, TV and movies, jockandnerd.com. We are so happy to have our celebrity guest for the evening. I've been your host, Imran, along with my co-host, Carrie McGinnis, Brandon Cruz. If we made you laugh, share the show with a friend. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time on Trivia Geeks.
If it's trivial for you, it's fodder for us. If it's crazy enough to offend, you might find it next week on Trivia Geeks. You've been listening to a Blazing Caribou Studios production. Support and subscribe to our Patreon at patreon.com/Blazing Caribou Studios.
Hey, Imran, do you like fish sticks?
Whether you're fly fishing in a stream, getting those ankles wet, or deep in the ocean casting nets, Fish Nerds. Fish Nerds. Fish Nerds. It's a podcast. Just for the halibut. Fried in a basket or broiled in a pan. Eat it raw like you're in Siam. Fish nerds. Fish nerds. Fish nerds. It's a podcast.